with this new year, you had a crazy year last year. You got new rules with NIL this year. I'm wondering if you guys have had conversations between players with all these new rules and how to go about them and like how to pick out opportunities. Like, has that been something you guys have talked about between teammates?
Yeah, we talk about what deals are on um the horizon for us, like if Jace has something coming up, or Adrian or me or Eli, we talk about that kind of stuff. You know, seeing what we can and can't do. Michigan's not the most free of, the universities. They're kind of, being a little restrictive on what we can do. Like we can't use the block end for some reason. You would think, if you play for the university and you make money for them, they would at least, let you use their logo and stuff
Right.
or something like that. But, they're being hard right now. They're trying to be like the NCAA and kind of hold us back a little bit. But, it's at least at least they're letting us do something and let us make a little money off, our likeness and image. And I'm just happy that these rules were changed while I'm in college, so I can benefit a little bit off it.
How are those conversations going? Like, who are you talking to in the university? Is it just a basketball team? Are they doing full athletes? Do you guys have somebody representing you to talk on your behalf? Like, how are those conversations going? Can you paint a picture for me?
Yeah, so I have somebody who is advising me and helping me out with stuff like that. If somebody sends me a contract or something like that, or somebody sends me a DM on Instagram, I'll send it to them, and they'll kind of guide me and give me helpful insight on stuff. And then if I want to do something, if I want to take advantage of an opportunity, you got to send an email to Michigan's compliance, and they have like a form that you have to fill out about like just a couple questions basically, and then they'll give you an email back saying if you can or can't do it. I think it's pretty pointless. I don't really care what they have to say, but you got to send the email and make
Sure.
sure you're in compliance with what they have to say. But I guess I don't know if everybody's following that. At least I am. But
Yeah.
that's what you got to do for Michigan, I guess. Is, yeah, they got a little email that you send to compliance, and they'll email you back if it's uh, again, like if it's against the NCAA rules or the Michigan rules.
Now, is there like an ongoing conversation? Does it seem like eventually they'll figure out and release rights to use the block M, or it seems like they just put up a wall and say like, no thanks?
I think eventually they're going to have to relinquish it because so many other universities are allowing college athletes to use the logo, and so I think it's just a matter of time. Just like in the NCAA, it was just a matter of time before they let players make money off their image and likeness.
Yeah.
Um, eventually they'll have to give up, but right now, they're playing a little bit of hardball, so we'll let them have their little moment.
I imagine, for their sake, it's interesting to figure out like payment. Now, are the other schools like if they use their logo, or like if you put a logo on your jersey, like the block M, are they getting a cut of that then? Is that like kind of what they're working for?
I'm not sure with every school. I know for some schools, I think that's not the case. I think they just allow the players to use it freely, but I'm not sure how every university's rules are with that.
Have you guys had conversations? I guess has Coach Howard come in and had conversations with you, or has that kind of been like off to the side a little bit? Because I know, especially in college basketball, the culture of distractions, like everything is a distraction outside of the court, when really it's not the case. Now, have you guys, tried to tackle that as a group? Has he had talks with you?
I've had talks with him personally. He's been really, really open to everything. He's really because I think he can kind of sympathize for us because he knows how much like he would have made given this same opportunity when he was in college, with the
Right.
Fab Five and stuff like that. So I think he's really open and on our side when it comes to NLI stuff. I really appreciate what he's doing for us, and his openness, because he could easily been less um, sympathetic for us with our NLI opportunities and stuff like that. But I really appreciate him, and that's something that I've come accustomed to, is his unselfishness and ability just to connect with his players and stuff like that.
Do I have this right that Jace was the first Barstool like signee for like being represented. Was that right?
For Michigan, I think so. They reached out to me. I told them because I don't know if I don't think we're technically allowed to partner with Barstool because they're owned by Penn National and they're a gambling company, and so I think Michigan's one of Michigan's rules is you can't be sponsored by um, any gambling companies, and
Huh.
I technically he's never I don't think he's really allowed to be one right now, and but I think with Barstool, Dave obviously is a UM guy, and
Yeah.
when we're in contact. I think we're going to have something um, put together before the season. I think with just me and him because I don't think we're allowed to do anything with Barstool, but I would definitely
Gotcha.
like to try to do something with him.
What's
And
the? Can you give like a like a little hint of what that would be?
I honestly don't even know yet. We're trying to figure that out. Trying to bounce ideas off and brainstorm and trying to see, what would be something that would be really hyped for next year.
What's the deal with the gaming thing? Is that like a Michigan law or the
I
universities?
think I think it's a Michigan University rule. I'm not
Gotcha.
sure if it. I don't think it's a Michigan State law. I think it's a Michigan University law.
Now, I guess I'm trying to just figure this out on the fly here, talking with you. And like, how does it look, I guess, being on your own or being contacted by someone like Barstool and these different agencies? Like, have you had to fight that off on your own, or you kind of pinpointed someone to advise you and be your go-to person for that, like from the beginning?
Yeah, no, it was definitely hard to try to, find like not an agent, but like a marketing team because, you don't really know, like you don't really have a connection like with any marketing team really. And like it was kind of like picking an agent all over again for me, when I was testing the waters, trying to pick an NCAA certified agent to go with. I know that process was really hard and you just want to make the right decision. And it's kind of hard because like with college, you're able to visit the universities and really get a feel and kind of get a better sense. But with these guys, it's really a Zoom call and you kind of have to make a decision from there amongst like five different agencies and stuff like that. So for me, that was kind of the hardest part. But now that I have my guy advising me, I really, you know, um, just kind of appreciate it because he knows a lot about a lot of things. And so
Yeah.
he's been really helpful for me in terms of just guiding me in this process and, just looking out for my best interest.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to imagine like a commercial shoot in the middle of the year, like some opportunity comes up. Are you open for that? Have you guys talked about that at all, or like maybe shutting some stuff down, like in terms of those instances?
Yeah, I was probably thinking about trying to do more stuff before the season and then during the season, not doing as many like appearances and stuff like that. And, trying like maybe doing a post here and there, but not trying to do too much stuff, trying to, make sure I'm focusing on, the main goal, which is on the court success. But if something comes up that, is irresistible, then, I might have to take it. But that's not the plan right now. The plan is to try to be as successful as I can on the court.
Sure. No, that makes a lot of sense. Now, talk to me about you've sort of, would you say partnered with the Players Trunk?
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah, you got the big Dickinson energy shirts and gear.
yeah.
That's a very good 21st century meme play on words there. I like that one. That seemed like a pretty easy pick for you.
Oh yeah, no, we got some more stuff dropping. Probably when I'm done with this interview, I'll probably drop some more stuff, some more shirts, and we got something else coming out today too. But we got something big on the horizon. Another big item that will be making its appearance um, hopefully, before or definitely before the start of the season, but hopefully in a month or so that will make its appearance. And I think, definitely take the social media world by storm real quick.
Oh, I'm guessing you can't really hint at that one. It's just going to be coming out in a month.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to hint at that one.
All right.
I've only told a handful of people about this one, but
All
I,
right.
I, I I think it's going to take, I think it's going to go viral. I think a lot of people enjoy it and think it's funny, but we'll see.
I love it. I love pushing the boundaries. That's always my favorite, especially if college athletes get that confidence. So I appreciate that about you. I'm excited to see what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can find it at the Players Trunk. How's that been going? So far with gear and sales and everything.
It's been great because Jason Lansing was a manager at Michigan, and so we already had a really good connection. I already talked to him, regularly, and so for me and him, it's we're on the phone like every other day. It feels like trying to come up with new ideas on how we can just take advantages, analyze stuff, and just make as much merchandise and as we can, and just make sure we're making quality stuff that people will enjoy and people will buy and stuff like that. So it's been really fun for me because it's like a little side hustle, I guess, but it's fun because I really I kind of like the brand that I'm making right now, the Big Dickinson Energy, is something that I think is fun and funny and something that I think has a lot of potential in the future.
Yeah, no, it's after I had my college career and then my playing career afterwards, and I never got to. I mean, I guess I could have set something up like this, but it would have been much easier with my time and my image in college to really set up this sort of side hustle. And you learn about business, you make connections, you learn how to talk to people on that side of things. So I feel like it's really a great learning tool that you just aren't going to get otherwise. And now that you guys get that, like everyone wants to talk about the money, but really that whole experience has to be invaluable as well.
Yeah, for sure. The experience of just being able to kind of like have your own bit. Like I have my own business. I have my own LLC right now. So yeah, being
Right.
able to do that at such a young age is, I think, really invaluable for young kids, and to be able to learn about taxes and stuff like that. Making sure you got to save your money. Not blow it all. Like if you get a $5,000 check, you got to put at least half of it away for taxes because when April comes around, you're gonna have to pay the government and stuff like that. So just being able to teach kids real world experiences while they're still in college, I think, is something that's not looked at enough, and I think something that's very undervalued that will really benefit young kids for their future.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's really, I'm glad it's happening and you seem like you're maneuvering it really well.